how we can control the 2700 calorie per day based on the second strategy. If we break down the energy that somebody with my age and my weight and my height is 2700 roughly. So this 2700 calories per day, how can we break down to one single second? So for one single second, let's see how this energy is distributed. 2700, around 78% is gonna be consumed by the body, and by body I mean the muscle, the movement, everything from here to down, and around 22% is for the brain. Like the brain consume around 22, 25, like something around this. The amount that we can have control over it is from this part, and by this part, not all of it, 20% will be those employees, those brain cells that their decision is directly control a single muscle or group of function or anything like that. But 80% is the one that they are working like R&D, research and developers. They have their salary, but their decision doesn't affect the body directly. They should communicate with the 20% for the sake of any decision that they do. We have control over 414 calories per day, which if we break this down to 1 second, we have to think that first, this is the part that make your control over everything. This is the part that sees things and think. So this is what make us human being. If you compare this part of human being to all the animal kingdom, like the sperm whale is consume around like maybe 5% of the brain will do this function, but for humanity we have around 80%. So how to break down this 2700 calories into one single second? By this formula, one single second in total we are consuming around 0.03 calories per second in total, like the body, the brain and everything. But the one that we are interested in is the 1 second of R&D, the one that we as humanity have control over it, which is gonna be roughly around 0.05% calories, not percent. So this is where my method, the logic, is functioning. And how to do that? By if we know how to, if we first figure out how much we have control over the period of time that we live, we can break it down to even smaller than second, but second is very good. How we control, or what are the function that we do in that single second, is thinking, is storytelling. Our brain, no matter how sophisticated it is, we are functioning based on stories. So if we think about it from the story perspective, this is a very good example that I'm gonna show you, and I want you to think about it from an example that you have, or somebody says he is not a good person, like you have an opinion regarding somebody else. This way of thinking, this is a story, this is how you used your brain right now. The logic will help you to shift this blaming outside to internally, to why I see him strange. You see, even the mention of bad or good person is not there for the sake of you have full control over this 0.05% calories. So if you think about it from this window, the only thing that you need beside this is consistency. When you have control over every second, you should have a table, which is I developed it for yourself based on your body weight and everything, to figure out how much you consume per second, and you're gonna track yourself. What are the thinking process, not what is the topic, how you see yourself in it. Are you seeing yourself like that you are not capable of doing anything by that information, which is whenever you blame the outside, or you have control over how to do something? If you think about it, if I said he is not a good person, I just showed myself first that he is. I don't need to think about it. This is the step that we as humanity is supposed to not stop ourselves, and this is what makes us human being. And by how can we shift that is by seeing yourself in the scenario. Isn't it, in your opinion, he's a bad person? So why you see him like that? If you change this sentence to this, You gradually figure out that you have lots of works, and the works that you have is those who you forgot, who you blamed to the outside of your body. Now you see how much work you still have, and gradually you are adding even more if you not start to think about it from this perspective. Have a good day.